So day 2 of or 3 of tuning fixed a lot of issues, mainly with my timing. So if I go back to spark settings, I forget where I had it before. I believe this was 80 plus 45, with the distributor locked right in the middle position, which is how I had it with the factory computer. Now with Megasquirt, having the distributor in the middle and then putting 80 plus 45 here to get the timing light to match up seemed okay at idle, but when I went for a drive, ran like crap, a lot of misfires. So I assumed that my timing would not work. So I went and moved the distributor fully advanced. In other words, pushed it towards the rear, rotated towards the rear, and then I was able to drop this to 80 plus 25. And this is all verified by I put this at 5, and I made some timing marks, some timing tape. This spark output inverted with the Megasquirt having a 5-volt pull-up on the LED 17. 5-volt pull-up to 5 volts means that the output with the key on, with the spark output inverted at yes, I'm going to have 5 volts at key on, which means the power igniter is going to be energized the entire time the key is on. So with spark output inverted no, the output is grounded, the transistor is turned off. This is with the Megasquirt having a 5-volt pull-up to 5 volts on the spark output. Not a VB91 or a Q16. This is a LED 17 NPN transistor. So I went for another retune. I used the VE table generator, and that gave me some high numbers, made it run rich. These are my settings. So after I used it, I had to drop it down. It was running really rich in this area, and these numbers were like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So it was just bogging down so much fuel. So this is where I have it right now, and I've been doing some auto tuning. Which has been giving me these numbers. And let me see. So that's that. My timing table is going to look pretty standard to a lot of NA cars. And then another thing I changed is in my constants. Reading the manual, another reason my car didn't run good was because I'm running off the distributor cam sensor, which runs at half the speed of the crank. The distributor cam sensor has 4 Hall effect signals running at half the speed of the crank. I need to have 4 squirts per engine cycle. I got this on alternating, and now that fixed another issue. So obviously I had it wrong. The manual specifically tells you if you're running off the distributor from a 4-vane Hall effect, about 4-cylinder, you need to double up. In other words, you're going to need to have, there you go. If this was a V8 running off the distributor, then it would be, this would be 8. I originally had it at 2. Okay. So I had that wrong. I moved my distributor fully advanced from the middle position, and I was able to drop this number. Runs better. Spark output inverted, no, with my mods. My targets also pretty standard. And I'm going to repeat the fact that my coolant temperature matches pretty good with the factory bias resistors in the Megasquirt with the factory Nissan sensor. It's off by maybe 2-3 degrees. That is pretty good right on the sensor or on the driver's side of the radiator. My map is around 36. Let's see how much vacuum I can produce. Megasquirt won't even read in vacuum. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, there it is. The engine vacuum. Good. 17.4. 18 inches is great vacuum. So the engine is sealing up pretty good. Running at 10 degrees at idle. And I still don't have idle control. So I got the screw set at 1,000. Alright. So day 2 or 3. And I think this might be the end for... I'm gonna come back for about another week. Alright. Cool.